Greetings sports bettors. Bowl season is here. Today we'll be discussing the Myrtle Beach Bowl, happening at Brooks Stadium, on Saturday, December 16th at 11 a.m., featuring the Georgia Southern Eagles and the Ohio Bobcats. The line opened Ohio -1.5 and has since moved to GASO -3.5. The total opened at 54.5 and at time of recording sits at 49.5, coming back up from 48 just yesterday. Georgia Southern finished 6-6 and tied for 9th in the Sun Belt, 1-5 on the road, 6-2 as a favorite, and 1-1 as away favorites. Ohio finished 9-3, third in the Mid-American Conference, 4-2 on the road, 2-1 as underdogs, and 1-1 as away underdogs. According to vsin.com, there are no significant opt-outs for Georgia Southern and 5 significant opt-outs for Ohio. Ohio will be without their quarterback, number 1 wide receiver, number 1 and number 2 running backs, and a linebacker who is second in tackling, definitely significant. This is where we usually discuss the rankings of each team, but with all the opt-outs on the Ohio side, all previous ranking matchups are no longer viable. Georgia Southern's strength comes in the offensive passing game, led by senior quarterback Davis Brin and senior wide receiver Caleb Hood. We have their passing game ranked 33rd overall, including 1st in passing attempts, 11th in passing yards per game, and 30th in passing TDs. Ohio's strength will still be on defense, led by linebacker Bryce Houston. We have them ranked number 3 overall, including 4th against the pass and 9th against the run, and they're ranked in the top 30 in all 11 defensive categories we used. Georgia Southern has the advantage in strength of schedule by 18 spots, 103 to 121, but Ohio has the better turnover margin and a better away rating. Against the spread, Georgia Southern went 5-7 overall, 1-5 on the road, 5-3 as favorites, and 1-1 as away favorites. GASO finished the season 1-6 and is currently on a 4-game losing streak. Ohio was 6-6 overall, 3-3 on the road, 2-1 as underdogs, and 1-1 as away underdogs. Ohio finished the season 3-4 but has won 2 of their last 3. Offensively against the spread, Georgia Southern is 7-5 overall, 3-3 on the road, and 4-2 in their last 6. Ohio is 3-9 for the season, 1-5 on the road, and 1-5 in their last 6, including 3 straight losses on the road. Defensively against the spread, Georgia Southern is 6-6 for the season, 2-4 on the road, and 2-5 in their last 7, with 3 straight losses on the road. Ohio is 8-4 overall, 4-2 on the road, and finished the season 3-4, but have won 2 of their last 3. Georgia Southern is 7-5 to the over and 3-3 on the road. They finished the season 5-2 with 3 straight road overs. Ohio is 4-8 overall, 1-5 on the road, and finished the season 3-4 while going under in their last 3 games on the road. This is a classic story between a good offense, in Georgia Southern, versus a good defense in Ohio. Looking over their respective schedules, Georgia Southern has faced a few comparable defenses, including Wisconsin, Ball State, and James Madison, succeeding only against Ball State. In contrast, Ohio has yet to face a prolific passing game such as Georgia Southern's, the closest being Iowa State, which they won 10-7. On the other side of the ball, Ohio's mediocre offense doesn't score, and now with most of their production gone, it doesn't matter that Georgia Southern's defense can't stop teams from scoring. Georgia Southern has the better offense and they should be able to move the ball between the 20s, but Ohio's top 3 defense should still be able to keep Georgia Southern from turning this into a rout. Offensively, Ohio will be without the majority of their season producers, so it's going to be a struggle for Ohio to generate points. Their defense might be able to do enough to keep the game close, but they're not going to be able to score enough to surpass their implied total of 21.5. We could possibly see several long drives that end in field goals from Georgia Southern, and several 3-and-outs from Ohio. Both are great components for an under, which is why we're taking the under for the game total as our best bet. Even with the total dropping 5 points since open, we still feel the offenses will struggle to combine for 5+ touchdowns, especially on Ohio's part. We also like the Georgia Southern halftime full-time prop, which currently sits at plus money. We think Georgia Southern will be able to jump out to a small lead in the first quarter, forcing Ohio to rely on their inexperienced quarterback. Georgia Southern will do enough to hang on to the halftime lead and win. We also lean Georgia Southern first half -2.5. GASO is 8-4 first half for the season and 3-3 on the road. Ohio is 5-7 overall, 2-4 on the road, and 1-4 for the last 5. This play is simply fading Ohio in the first half. Again, we feel like GASO should be able to score at least one touchdown in the first half, while Ohio won't be able to get going offensively until later in the second half. Another lean will be Ohio under their implied total of 21.5. With most of their offensive production missing, Ohio will have a hard time being able to maintain long drives and control the clock like they like to do. This is how they were able to score 25 and 34 on their last 2 opponents, but they won't have that luxury here in this game. Last but not least, we also like Jalen White's anytime TD, which currently sits at plus money. As good as Ohio has been defensively, they've allowed at least 1 rushing touchdown in their last 6 games. If you would like to get spicy, you can also sprinkle a little on Jalen White first TD. Just to recap, our official play for this game is under 48, followed by 4 leans. Georgia Southern halftime full-time prop, Georgia Southern first half -2.5, Ohio under 21.5 total points, and Jalen White anytime touchdown. That's it for this matchup. I hope this information was helpful. Please leave a comment below and let us know what plays you have in this game. Also, if you could, please let us know how we did on video number 3. In case you missed our last video 12 months ago, you didn't miss anything. We got our best bet incorrect, which brought our YouTube record to 1-1. Hopefully be back to plus money after this game. Thanks for watching and good luck on all your bets, unless of course you're going against us.